Hey, everybody. Yeah, it's all. Yeah, go ahead. It says don't walk, and they're walking. Anyway, hey, hi. How are you? How are ya? It's pouring out. It's freaking beautiful. As I was walking out to my car, or walking out to the exit, long hallway, glass doors, I'm like, it looks like it's raining out. That can't be rain. That like, wow, that's raining. I don't know if you can see my shoulder. I just stood there for like a solid minute. Torrential downpour. It's fucking glorious, man. People in the kitchen. I went out through the kitchen exit of the healthcare facility, and they're all like, they're looking at me. It's like, you know, it's raining out. I'm like, yes, I do. He never grew up, did he? Nope. Actually, I did. I've mentioned this before. I did grow up. I grew up way too fast. And I was a pretty miserable, angry, resentful, bitter, angry person. A couple of years ago, I realized that I knew what I wanted to be when I finally grew up. I want to be a kid. You know, we got all the protesters. Hey, hold on one second. We got all the protesters, peaceful protesters. Rock on, you guys. Whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of people out. Anyway, all right, focus, Scott. Focus on your son, focus. I'm in a good mood. I got a splitting headache, but I'm in a good mood. Was wearing a mask all day, and it's great if you're hyperventilating. You know how you breathe into a paper bag? They tell you to breathe into a paper bag when you're hyperventilating. That's great for that, but when you got a mask on your face for 8 hours, and I'm not the only one, you get a headache, or it causes pressure points behind the ears or at the base of the skull or around the neck, some people. Anyway, rocking a headache, and I'm still in a good mood. I was thinking about my father a lot lately, and one of my co-YouTubers offers tarot readings. I would strongly suggest that you do that. Her name's NJ Roberts, and we were she did a reading for me, and there was a lot of energy that I was already aware of, and she was like bang, 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 spot on. There was a lot of father energy coming through. But my father, right, my father was a cool guy. He was a cool guy. And he passed away when he was 43 years old. He died, and the cause of his death was suspicious. What it said on the coroner's report was heart attack and broken neck, fractured skull. He had a heart attack, fell off of a scaffolding at work. Fell off the scaffolding at work, broke his neck, fractured his skull, landed on his head. But about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month prior, there was some, he had been in the hospital for some other stuff, similar stuff. He was being overdosed, and he had, one of those scares that people talk about, whether it's cancer or they had a heart attack or a stroke, or, you get one of those, he had a scare, and I'll never forget that period after his little scare there, and it was pretty instantaneous, man. My dad took a full account of his life, and he came to the same conclusion that many of us do. or have, you know, a lot of the people that I consider to be in my circle, you know, and he came to the conclusion that it wasn't about making more money or having a better car or better house or all this material crap. He came to the conclusion that it's better to love. And my dad, he was always a cool dude. He was a retired Marine drill instructor from Camp Lejeune in Paris Island. He ended up counseling war veterans, and he was very much anti-war, anti-military. Once he had done his tour of duty, I remember asking him one time, you know, well, not more than one time, but he answered me once. He said, if you ever join the military, you don't have to worry about getting sent off to some shithole, because I'll come kill you. He didn't want me going in the military. He had done enough service, enough fighting, enough killing, enough war for his entire family. That's kind of his attitude about it. But that scare that he had in the hospital, you know, a month before his actual death, that last month of his life, man, I remember him. He was just fucking gooey. He was gooey. He was in a great mood, and like better than usual, exponentially better. He was always in a good mood, at least from my perspective. But he was, you know, that, I don't know, what's the name of that song? Live Like You Were Dying. I think it's a Tim McGraw song. You know, what would all the things that you would do? You know, I'd love deeper, you know, be the kind of husband, be the kind of friend that I, you know, be the kind of father, you know. And he was a great guy. He was a great guy. And but I'm sitting here, you know, and I'm you know, looking at my life lately and having these thoughts about my dad, whatever. I feel like he'd be proud of me, you know. I took my hits, I took my lumps, and I kept standing up, you know. And it wasn't always easy, and I didn't always do it right, but here we are. And the best thing, you know, like at the end of the day, you know, I've come to that conclusion without the death scare. Just seeing the world the way it is, and how, you know, whatever, you know, seeing the way the world is, or has been. Man, love is better. Love and joy and bliss. Living from the heart, smiling and laughing, having a good time. Jumping in the rain. Tell you guys, I don't know, I spent a lot of time, like as I began to wake up, I spent a lot of time looking for answers, and a lot of the answers that I saw, and a lot of answers in the places I was looking, all it really ended up doing was causing fear in me. You know, and fear, doubt, insecurity. You know, there was a lot of valid information, but in a lot of those rabbit holes, it was like, you know, at the end of the day, does any of that stuff matter? Does it matter? Does it matter if there's aliens? Does it matter if the world is flat? Does it matter, you know, if there's all these things that I've given credence to, you know? Does any of that stuff matter? At the end of the day, if I'm not happy, if I'm not in love with my life, all that stuff, it doesn't matter. I like being in love with my life, you know. like having a love affair with my own self, with that part of me that's you know, what would you do? You know, what would you do if you were gonna take yourself out on a date? You know, how would you treat yourself? You know. Anyway, I don't know. I'm just having a good day. I wanted to share some of my. I'm just having a good day, man. Got to stomp in a puddle. You know, got to play in the rain. It already stopped, but it was like one of those very quick, instantaneous torrential downpours. It just feels great being wet. There's something wrong with that guy. Yes, there is. Anyway, thought I'd share a smile with you. I hope you are smiling. And peace that surpasses all understanding. I'm pulling into my street. I'm going to go say hi to my dog, Jake, and give him some dinner and maybe take him for a walk or something. I don't know. We'll see. Have a great night, you guys. Much love. Peace that surpasses all understanding. Hey, get out of the way. Take off, hoser. Later. I'm out. Have a great night.